Good morning. We have a laundry list of different odd jobs and side jobs to complete today. So we are going to be dropping off the little one at daycare and then get to work. So let's get to it. Little one has been dropped off. We are on our way to the farm. We got some tools to pick up and we can start working on those little projects. All right, today we are looking for shovels and a post hole digger. The power auger is not here today, so we'll be doing this work by hand. There we go. These bad boys. There she is. All right, I think we got our tools. No power auger, which kind of sucks. We're gonna have to be doing this by hand. Again, 3 feet down, bury a bucket, gets a couple bags of Saccrete, and that 4x4 10-footer should stand tall and straight and survive the elements. So let's head to the store, grab our supplies, and get to work. We have arrived. The good old Blaine's Farm and Fleet, not to be confused with Fleet Farm. We love it. Gonna head inside, grab our supplies, and head on out. Bad news, Farm and Fleet did not have our 4x4 treated, so we were gonna head to the lumber yard, pick that up, and head to the job site. Another stop. Good, how's it going?
Okay, right over to 8. Awesome, thank you.
All right, we've made it. We're at the job site. We're gonna be installing a 10-foot, well, 8-foot pole into the ground out here, string some lights on top of it, and light up this area. It gets very dark at night, and it's hard to see. There are absolutely no light posts out here. We're in the middle of the country, so we need to light it up. So the plan here is to dig down about 3, maybe 4 feet by hand, add some gravel down to the bottom, fill up with Saccrete, drop the bucket in, fill up some more with Saccrete while posting this in the middle, add some braces in, and then sprinkling it with some water, letting it set up, and then we should be good to go. After that's all set up, I've got some floodlights that we'll be putting near the top at a 45-degree angle so it hits this, and hopefully add some light to a nice dark area. All right, as you can see, we're dealing with some very rocky soil. Down about a foot. It's just littered with these big stones from construction and from everything else. So slow going, but gotta get her done. All right, let's check the bucket depth. Oh, almost. I know I said 3-4 feet, but I'm not getting very much project with these rocks, so maybe just about 3-4 inches below the dirt line. Should call it good. I think we call it a day on that. It's about 3, maybe 4 inches below the surface. I'd go deeper, but I'm just pulling out these massive chunks and they're just lining the walls. If I go any deeper, it'll just be rocks on rocks and rocks and take hours and hours and hours, and I think we're deep enough, so start grabbing some gravel, filling the base a little bit, and start setting up the pole. Now that we have our bucket in, we have our braces prepped and ready. Time to bring out the post, try to get her as level as we can, and start filling in some sapphire. Good luck. She ain't pretty, but she'll hold. There we have it. We have successfully poured the concrete in. She is nice and stable and pretty darn level. Good enough for what we're doing it for. Any excess concrete I poured around the sides, so that'll harden up as well. I'm gonna add in some water it down nice and wet, and then backfill it in with some of this dirt, and we should have a solid post. Now we're just gonna let it sink in, let it soak it up, and then we're gonna backfill it, and then it's job done. At least this part. Now while we wait for the concrete to set up and dry, we are gonna be installing our floodlights. These are straight off Amazon, solar floodlight 2-pack. Had a couple of them installed over the last 2-3 years. They hold up pretty long, It lasts a long time. The solar power seems to work quite well for what we need it for. So we're going to be installing 2 of these to help illuminate this driveway. It's not going anywhere. Grab our first light. Make sure the solar panel is up and pointed. Slide her on in. Test her out. Look at that. We got light. Just clips in right behind here, nice and secured. No tilt, no wiggle. There's a side screw right here to tighten it up for angle, and let it charge on up onto number 2. Now that we're all set, it's time to bury the concrete and unscrew the supports. All right, our next big project today is dryer vent cleanout. We have these amazing little things that you get off of Amazon. Links in the description below, but you just attach them together, a brush on the end, and hook them up into your drill. Pushes out the dirt and debris and keeps your vents clean to prevent fires. We're also going to be reinstalling some rigid ductwork from the back. Too many times the dryer's been pulled out and adjusted and has bent the tubing back, so we will be installing some new elbow joints and making it fit snug. As you can see here, we have full disconnect back there. Not doing anything, just blown lint. Alright, so we're gonna pull her on out. Alright, unplugging. Shut this off. Before we get to fixing this, we're going to take out our good old brush. Clean out our vent. So on this one, it has a little drill bit tip. Take this in, screw it on in there. Brush, twist her on. Grab your drill, make sure the chuck is open. Stick the end in here, and close the chuck. As you can see, bite and it twists. You're going to want to gently stick it in the hole. Push it all the way down. Alright, so we're all the way down. Let's untighten the chuck. You want to pull it out slowly with the drill's powered on. Tighten it. once you get it out, send it back for another round. What that does, that loosens up the inside, wraps around in there, gets all the debris off the side of the walls, pushes it out, or pulls it all the way up. Now this one obviously has been disconnected, but has had a couple of months of debris buildup and pushed outside. So let's take her apart and get that fixed. So it looks like this has been jammed in here one too many times, and that angle is just not going to cut it. Let's check this one out. All right, we've got a tight seal. All right, let's check her. Like a glove. Come back with some tape. In, on, just gotta slide her in. Slide her through. There she goes. Too shabby. Nothing problem solved. Alright, I'm hot, sweaty. Gotta get out of here. Plug her in, give her a run. All plugged in. Give it a shot. No heat, no air, it's all outside. Job well done. Whew. Pull. It's in. Lights hopefully work. Vent. Dryer vent. Cleaned out. Rigid ductwork. Back in. So check back next time. I think we're taking out the Skag for another mow around the property. And yeah, I'll check in the next one. Like, subscribe, follow for more.